Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning to you. It is Coffee Ann time on ON Radio, day after Thanksgiving. We commonly call this day Black Friday. And thanks for joining us.
Only in the last few years, John.
I know, but it's commonly known as Black Friday now. And that was Dave Richards speaking right over there.
Good morning
to you there, Dave.
I wanted to meet him.
And we're being joined earlier than normal on a Friday by Rich Elaine. Thank you very much for coming in early, Rich.
Well, no problem at all. You're right. It is earlier than normal.
Rich is usually here at 8:30, but he came in at 8 today because we have members of the band Ornament coming in at 8:30 to talk about the show at the Stadium
Theater.
Theater.
It's because we gave Melissa the day off. That's why. He's got to cover for Melissa.
We asked Rich first if he could come in. If he said no, then Melissa would be here. That's how that worked out.
So, Melissa, if you're listening, you're welcome.
Could have given me the day off.
No. We don't pay you, Dave. So anyway, our first segment sponsor, Coffee Ann, is the Northern.
Neither does Denise.
The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce sponsors this first section of the Coffee Ann program. And Dave, what's going on? What information do you have for us from the Chamber?
From the Chamber, Joe, let's kick off the holiday season. Help us continue a tradition of giving as a portion of the proceeds from their annual, almost sold out, holiday open house next week. No, I'm sorry, it's not next week. It's the week after on the 5th of December at 5 p.m. at Bally's Twin River Casino. And it's almost sold out, my goodness. It'll benefit the Rhode Island Community Food Bank. Enjoy a memorable evening of networking, food stations, and signature cocktails. So popular. We've been to this many times. This event features a silent auction that includes something for everyone. There really is. And this is one of the biggest signature events of the year, and we hope to see you there with all your friends from the Chamber at Twin River, Bally's Twin River. You're supposed to say Bally's all the time now, right?
Yes.
Bally's Twin River Casino. Okay. All right. Well,
I think you got to say Lincoln, too, as opposed to Tiverton.
Yeah. So if you'd like to go, I mean, you don't have to be a Chamber member to go. But, I mean, if you'd like to go, give them a call. They'll be there at 334-1000 starting at 9 o'clock this morning. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, where business matters and celebrations matter, too.
All right. And so, Rich, Thanksgiving yesterday at the Post.
Yeah.
Went over very well, you were telling us.
Absolutely. I mean, we had, I know they got together with some of the guys and 4 turkeys, about 20 pounds apiece, 4 hams, all the fixings, everything. We had a heck of a crowd down there. People came down, enjoyed a nice Thanksgiving meal. Saw a lot of veterans down there.
Who did the cooking with the
commander?
People?
Commander Bobby Lafort came in there with his wife and
put on the chef's hat and said, "Okay."
Yep, and he had a bunch of elves with him, and they all did a fantastic job down there. And there were, like I said, like individual veterans that probably had nowhere else to spend Thanksgiving that came down there, had a great meal, big smiles on everybody's faces. So just a real feel-good type of day, I guess.
Excellent. So I'm glad it went well.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Any food left over, or
I don't know. I haven't gone down there. I'll be down there probably in the next 2 hours or so. I got to do the final cut on the memorial lawn up there where the Eternal Flame is, and then I'll probably go downstairs and see if I can make myself a turkey sandwich or something. See what's left over.
Perfect. Well, Rich, we've been I've been telling people, we've mentioned it a couple of times on the air about the Big Milk Fund. A fundraiser that we'll be doing, as Dave and Melissa and I will be celebrity bartenders, and the people that on December 5th from 6 to 8 p.m. And as I've told people, they all get a big chuckle out of it. I'm not quite sure why, but they.
Well, I know why they're laughing when I tell them.
Why?
You drinking, Dave? Come on.
No, I'm not drinking a thing. I'm pouring stuff in the glasses and giving it to you. And they said, so
No, giving's the wrong word.
passing along after you pay me.
You are serving them, yes, and then they have to pay. This is not a
That's right.
it's not an open bar.
Bar.
My God, I could see the bar manager on the other side of the radio, and I'll go, ah.
Fainting.
It's the big one.
That's right. So, and as Rich told us, any tips that we receive, we cannot pocket Dave. We have to give it to the milk fund.
That's okay with
the way
me.
it goes.
I love the milk fund.
And so we look forward to making a lot of people say they'll be coming down. They all said they wanted to trip me up because they want to ask for the bizarre cocktails that I'm not going to know how to make. Well, the truth of the matter is, I don't know how to make any cocktails.
There you go.
But we will have a tip certified bartender who does.
Yes,
I learned
we will.
one
they
yesterday.
can make it.
I learned one yesterday.
Do you know
How
what
to make
glass
one,
to put
a
it in?
Manhattan, yeah.
Are you sure you got the right amounts that go in and
Well,
stuff?
I grilled them. I was right
Yeah.
there when they made it.
All right.
My mother-in-law likes Manhattans, and so I says, okay, Mom wants a Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make it?
So,
And so,
and
watch it.
I think Melissa said that if she's listening out there this morning, you
Oh
and
yeah,
Melissa.
she says she's pretty good on making.
well, she said
cocktails.
that she would have a specific name of a new drink, just especially for that evening,
Really?
as a drink special. So
I don't know there were any more drinks.
Oh, yeah,
new drinks to be
combination.
made.
Bob Lauder brought that up to me. He wants me to make some kind of concoction that starts with a margarita because of Jimmy Buffett, and then
And hangs a left at Albuquerque?
but then add something to it to make it a very special Joe Callahan drink.
There you
I'm thinking
go.
maybe we'll add a splash of orange juice on it, but I don't know how that will taste.
Ooh, I wouldn't do orange juice.
Well, I don't know. So
No.
all right. Anyway, so we look forward to this. But now
You
someone
could do
asked me.
sea salt.
There's already salt on the glass anyway.
I
of
know
a
that's right,
margarita.
but if you use sea salt, then that makes it a bit more
Yeah.
Caribbean and tropical, don't you
Maybe
think?
I'll just put a little umbrella. But people said, I said, I'm good at pouring beer. If it's going to be a draft, I'll be all set. I know how to hold the glass at an angle so you don't get too much foam. So I'm good there. But
Can
then
you
someone asked
draw
me,
a Guinness?
can I draw a Guinness? I'm like, ooh, uh-oh.
no, we don't
That-
have we do
no
we do
Guinness on
not
draft?
have Guinness down there. So you
Then
know,
I'm all set.
speaking of the Guinness drawing, though, I remember that used to be one of my beverages of choice at one
Guinness
time.
beer, okay.
Yeah, and
I like that with meals.
And you know how they got the shamrock, like
Yeah.
they'll
Sure.
put a shamrock in the top of the head of the Guinness, and it's usually like one of those cookie cutter things that you
Yeah,
put on the
it
top,
is,
and the
yeah.
bartenders can't do it. I went to one bar years ago in New York City,
Yeah.
and it was a nice Irish pub, and the gentleman behind the bar actually carved the shamrock
In the
into
foam?
the top of the head.
Wow.
And I said,
Really?
boy, I said,
Talent.
you're gonna get a good tip.
That's
He said,
right.
I've been doing this for years.
Yeah. Well, then the question is, do they have Guinness in the cans?
No.
Oh, so you can't even get one.
No, we do have some IPAs down there, though. So
Oh,
anybody that
okay.
enjoys your IPAs, we got a couple of different.
So I was thinking if there was a Guinness in a
No,
can
Guinness
or so.
in a
Yeah.
can,
I'm like,
Joe.
well-
I take it from a bottle,
Or a
not
bottle.
a can.
But then you still got to pour it out correctly
I
to
guess.
get the great.
I don't know, I
But if
don't
there's-
trust
but there's
any-
no
to get the
Guinness.
right head.
They had a
Yes.
little piece of plastic in the Guinness every once. Wasn't it that? But remember in the cans of Guinness, there was like a plastic ball or something in the bottom of it. I don't know
Yeah?
what that was ever meant for. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't remember that? No.
I
Well,
don't. I don't
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that.
I'm afraid I've
In the
only had
cans,
mine
yeah.
on draft.
There you go. There you go.
So we look forward to this coming up on Tuesday night, December 5th, 6 to 8 p.m. with a celebrity bartenders. Come on down and harass us.
Yeah, and we're going to do a little something that, I know, and believe me, the Milk Fund is such a fantastic organization, and I know people and venues all over would socket do a little something. And ours is going to be just a tad bit different, like I said, with the celebrity bartender thing. And when you go into these places for the Milk Fund, I know a lot of the times they have like 8 million raffles.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with raffles. Don't get me wrong. Makes a lot of money for the Milk Fund. But that evening, we're not going to have 8 million raffles in front of you.
All right.
7 million.
No. Because what we want you to do instead putting your money into a raffle item, we want you to put it into the till for the
Yeah.
bartenders for the tips.
Ah,
you see.
okay.
So,
Now-
what we may do, I'll talk to you guys about it a little bit later. We may do a 50-50.
Okay.
Because those are usually pretty popular.
Yes,
So
people like that.
But one thing that I did want to mention is that we're going to have little hors d'oeuvre things down there for people to munch on.
all right.
Kelly, the chef over at Fast Eddie's.
Yeah.
Yep, he said he'd do some chicken wings up for us and stuff like that night, and we're gonna have some cheese and
Fantastic.
crackers.
All right.
So any of your venues out there that have restaurants that are listening on the radio this morning. If you'd like to, like, we'll put a little sign up in front of whatever you want to donate for that night or
And you
anything.
donated it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
little
if you want to, put together like a platter of like a veggie platter or a cheese platter, or give us a pan of hors d'oeuvres or whatever from your local establishment, give the post a call, 401-766-7585. Tell the bartender that answers the phone you'd like to do that. They'll get in touch with me, and if you need me to pick it up at your establishment or anything like that, be more than happy to do it. But what we're looking for that night is for people to come on December 5th, see you guys. If they want to put a face with a name, I'll be down there, and like Joe just said, Dave and Melissa will be down there. So we hope to see not only our regulars down there, but a lot of the folks that people. Because I tell everybody, I say, Dave Richards knows everybody that walks in Woonsocket. So I mean, yeah. So
The question is, Rich. If someone orders a drink, and that's fine. But what if they say, Rich, we'll give $20 if Joe gets up on the bar and sings or dances? Is that allowed?
I don't know, Joe. I heard you got a special outfit you're going to put on.
I only put that on when we were the tag team wrestling people. That's been retired. So.
No, but like I said, just come down and have a good time. Like from 6 to 8, we're going to have a good time, I'm sure.
And we'll try to, if we mess up the drink, we'll do it again.
Absolutely.
And but we'll do our best not to mess it up. And like I said, I'm good with the draft. I'm good with opening the bottles and pouring it into the glass. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yep.
I want to see how far I can slide the glass down the bar, though.
I want one thing I do want to say though is I know on December 1st the people over at Circle Loria who we love to do things with. They support us, we support them. But they're doing a great thing for the Milk Fund on December 1st. A good buddy of mine, Gary LaPierre, is a member down there. So I know Gary really pushes it. So I want to give a shout out to Gary and the good work they do down at Circle, letting the Milk Fund hold something down there. That's going to be on December 1st. That's a dynamite thing and the whole bit.
Yep.
And that'll be a real good time too. So one other thing. If you're coming that night to on December 5th to our place, if you want to just tuck something on your arm on the way in, we're still doing the donation drive for Just For You. The auxiliary down at Post 85 is looking for blankets. We had talked about that last week, the little roll-up blankets that you can get inside your Walmart or your local Target, whatever store you go to. So if you're in one of those stores doing a little bit of your Christmas shopping, you want to grab a blanket real quick, come bring it down on December 5th, drop it off. We're going to be delivering the blankets to the Just For You on December the 9th. So, you can do that too if you so desire.
We're also doing for the Milk Fund bowling for milk on December 10th.
Look at
It's a
that,
Sunday afternoon at Walnut Hill Bowl. We specifically picked December 10th, knowing that the Patriots were not playing that day. Not that it matters now, but they'll be playing the Thursday night before. So it's a free Sunday of New England Patriots free football. So come on down and bowl, 2 strings and rental shoes, $25. Half the money goes to the Milk Fund.
Hey, can't beat that. Sounds like a great deal.
We'll be down there bowling, and Cruz and Bruce will be down there spinning tunes, and that'll be a good time as well. So you can come see me make a fool of myself on the bowling alleys as well. So a lot of good things going on for the Milk Fund. Is there anything else that you wanted to bring up that's happening at the Post besides the Celebrity Bartender event that's coming up on December 1st? 5th, I'm sorry.
The only other thing is that if you so desire to become a member of any of the entities down at the Post, we are having our members-only Christmas party on December the 16th. And what a deal that is. I mean, and like I said, come on down and become a member and you can join this Christmas party. It's only $20 a head to go to the Christmas party. It's a full catered affair. And with that purchase of the $20 ticket, we're going to give you a $10 drink voucher when you come.
Oh, very
so
good.
It's actually going to only cost you $10, and you get a full meal and a nice night of camaraderie. So if you've been thinking about joining any of the entities down there, it might be a good time to get your applications in.
Very good. We're going to take a break on the Coffee and program right now. This first segment of Coffee has been sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Dave?
334-1000. Call after 9 o'clock this morning and find out how the Chamber can work for you.
Very good.
Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group, 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal management of investment accounts, and depending on what you're looking for, we can create a portfolio that provides you with current income, invest for growth for the future, and of course, our primary focus, which is managing retirement money from client rollovers of their 401k plan after they leave the workforce. Whatever your goals are, we can put together a program to assist you. And remember, I've been in the business of investing for clients for over 30 years, helping people just like you with their investments. So call me at 765-8880. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, everyone. This is Bill Schneck with the Circle Laurier Club and past president of the Woonsocket Lions Club. On Friday, December 1st, the Circle Laurier will be hosting an all-you-can-eat beer and dynamite to benefit the 2023 Milk Fund Appeal. The price is $15 a person, and it runs from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Circle Laurier, located at 165 School Street here in Woonsocket. Joining me will be Katrina LaPierre. Katrina, tell us about this night's events, please.
Thanks, Bill. I'm excited for the Milk Fund kickoff. We have music by Woonsocket's finest DJ, Buddy D, to get us in the holiday spirit. Please join our Facebook group, Milk Fund, to see our raffles and silent auction items. New things are added daily. Let me tell you about a couple of auction items. We have a $250 K's gift certificate donated by Dave and Donna LaHoose, and we have lunch with the judge, Rhode Island's famous and America's favorite Judge Frank Caprio. Details are on our Facebook group page. We look forward to seeing you on December 1st.
Tickets will be available at both radio stations here in the city, as well as at Circle Laurier the night of the event, December 1st.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
On Owen Radio.
Thanks for joining us on the Coffee and program. I'm Joe Callahan. Dave Richards is here. Richard Lane from Post 85 is here as well. And Rich, you like Elvis Presley, right?
Well, I think everybody likes a little bit of Elvis every now and then.
A famous necklace belonging to Elvis up for auction. Presley's iconic lion claw necklace covered in diamonds and rubies is expected to fetch bids of up to $500,000. All right. The singer wore it consistently through his life, and for years it was displayed at the Elvis Presley Museum. The online auction has started. It runs through December 15th. If you want to go online, it's gotta, G-O-T-T-A, gottahaverockandroll.com. And you can bid on this. Throw in $10. Maybe you'll win.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. So it is the day after Thanksgiving. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving with your family, by the way, Rich?
Yes, I did. You know what makes it even nicer?
What's that?
Like you guys mentioned earlier, Black Friday,
Yeah.
right? Did you ever have to do some Black Friday shopping?
No,
Did you ever have to do that at all?
No, people have asked me that in the past, and this is why. Because in a past life, I used to work retail. So I never shopped on Black Friday. I had to work Black Friday. This is before the internet, so it was insanity. It was get there at 5 in the morning to open up at 6 with the lines out the door. So if I ever get out of retail, I will never go shop on Black Friday because it's just nuts. So that's my answer to that.
A few years ago, my wife, God, I love her to death, but she wanted another Christmas tree for another room, and I want to say it was the Walmart in Bellingham, and they were opening like at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
So she says, "Would you mind going down?" And the tree was like 80% off. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's
it was
a deal.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was a great deal. So I said, "No, I'll go down. What the heck?" So I get up 3:15 in the morning, get dressed, jump in the car. I got down to that parking lot.
It's craziness over there on
They
on Black Friday.
They were lined up, and if you know the Bellingham Walmart at all, they were lined up from that front door around the side of the building, going into the woods.
Wow.
Lined up. I pulled into the parking lot. I looked. This was right around 20 minutes of 4.
Do you turn?
I went directly home. I crawled back in bed about 4:15, and my wife says, "Oh my God, you already got it?" I said, "No, and we'll pay full price." I will never again
Do that.
try that.
Well,
Never.
I was telling Dave earlier, back 10, 20 years ago, that's the way it was. And remember how the craziness used to happen? Stores that would open up on Thanksgiving night or open up at midnight, and how crazy it used to get at the Rentham outlets.
Oh, yes.
People
Oh, yeah.
backed up on 495 in
Yep.
both directions. The cops had to come out. It was just, there's no more of that. Because part of these situations is people buy online.
That's right.
So going to the store is not what it used to be. So you don't have the opening up at midnight or opening up at 4 in the morning. We'll just open up at our regular hours, and it'll be crowded. Don't get me wrong. It'll be crowded at the
Oh, yeah.
Rentham outlets and the other stores as well. But you just don't have the craziness that it was years ago, which is a good thing. But still, I still stay away from the stores on Black Friday. There's nothing I need. There's nothing I need, want, or have to get on this day that is such a deal. People say, "Oh, you get such a deal." I said, "But what? I'm not looking for a new flat screen TV. I'm not looking for a new computer. I'm just not in that market." So, yeah, maybe the big 100-inch flat screen at $50 is a great deal. It probably is. But I don't need it, so I'm not spending my
There
money
you
on
go.
it. So
There you go.
I try to be smart about these
Well,
things.
well, my dad, God rest his soul. I remember the Cabbage Patch Kid
Yes.
craze when that first came out. Well, the old Zare stores.
I remember there.
Okay, my dad went to the Zare store the morning and it was right around the Christmas season where
In
the
South
Cabbage
Attleboro?
Patch Kids were
Yeah.
really, really hot.
The
So
one in
he-
South Attleboro?
no. This was in Worcester when I long
that's right. I
time
forgot
ago. I lived
you
in
lived
Worcester.
up
We
that
had one
way.
in Bellingham too, didn't
Okay.
we?
Zara one time, yeah. But my dad gets it down there, and of course they had the line for the Cabbage Patch Kids dolls.
Yeah.
And my father's just going off to the side, old Canadian like he was. And the guy goes, "Well, you got to get." And my father goes, "I don't care about that, dear me. I want some oil for my car." So the guy, "Go ahead," So my father goes, and so he kind of maneuvered himself into a position where they were handing out these Cabbage Patch Kids dolls, and they were allowing 2 to a person.
Yeah. That's
So they hand one to a woman. The woman turns around, says to my dad, "Could you hold this one for me while I grab the other one?" My father said, "Yes."
Well, that was nice of
This-
him. So she could get 2.
Well, yeah, but the one that he got, he turned around and he walked away fairly quickly.
Oh, no.
Didn't know what it was.
No?
Had no idea, but
What
came
bought it
home.
anyway?
He says to my mother,
I got one of these?
"Me, dear, I don't know what this is, but
I got
looks
it."
like everybody wanted one, and I got one."
So what'd you do with it? What did he do? What did they do with it?
I want to say one of my nieces
Ended up with it?
Ended it. Yeah. One of the little
So it was just
kids.
being at the right place at the right
Yeah,
time.
yeah. But my dad, what a
That is-
character!
that is
What a
funny.
character!
Everybody wanted one, so I got one too.
I didn't need to know what it was. Black Friday stories.
Yes, that's right. Well, people, today's the day of eating leftovers as well, and people always want to know, well, how long is it safe to eat leftovers, like
About
the
a
turkey
week.
and the cranberry sauce and the mashed potatoes? Well, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, food can safely be eaten up to 4 days later, close to a week, if it's properly refrigerated. Gotta keep that
Which
in
it
mind.
never is on Thanksgiving Day. It doesn't go right into the refrigerator.
Oh, no, it
it
sits
goes
out for a
out.
while.
It goes out. It gets into an aluminum container. Gets out on the stoop. Cools down. You take it home. Then you put it in the refrigerator. It could be 6 hours afterwards.
Yeah.
So you're taking your chances.
They say not to leave food out for more than a couple of hours, and
There
you
you
can
go.
always freeze food up to 6 months and enjoy those tasty leftovers later if you have a big enough freezer.
Except they're
I
not
guess.
quite as tasty after you
No, not quite as
freeze them.
much.
Potatoes do not last just because you froze them, because there's enzymes in potatoes that continue the breakdown process.
You know
That's
what
why
I was
it's so difficult to have potatoes in frozen dinners.
Yeah.
Now on turkeys, here's something that that's kind of up in the air. I just recently took a 20-pound butterball turkey and had to throw it away.
Oh,
It was in the freezer, but
yeah.
it was in the freezer for like a year.
Oh well, that's too much.
So there's people that say, "Oh, as long as it's in the freezer, it's fine." But
No,
you
that's
read
wrong.
places
That's
that
wrong.
Yeah, so my wife said, no, just get rid of that, and so I just didn't, I just didn't know if anybody kind of knew if that was true.
Yeah.
Because you see it online, I looked it up and it said, no, you shouldn't keep them much more than 6 or 7 months.
Right. And you have to figure also that it was in storage before that,
That's correct.
before you purchased
Yep,
it. So,
yep, but anyhow,
adds.
it's in the trash. I'm not going to get sick, but we now have 3 turkeys hanging around the house. So I won 2 and
funny,
we
we got
bought
3 in
one.
the
So,
studio right here.
God's sakes.
Well, there's Christmas, there's New Year's, and
Well, my wife will say we got 4 turkeys hanging around the house. She'll point at me after that third one. So.
are you tasty?
I don't know about that. I'm a little tough to deal with at times, but
I was in the lobby with our next guests talking. I heard
Yeah.
Richard say, my wife, I love her to death. I said, you should never admit. You become a suspect.
Immediately, that's right. Well, here's some good news. Usually you hear, well, don't eat this, it's bad for you. Oh, you can't have that, it's bad for you.
Oh,
kind of thing.
they're going to say mother's milk is no good
I
for you.
know.
Come on. You know this.
A new study, though, shows that eating popcorn
Yeah.
can help lower the risk of dementia.
I love popcorn.
I love popcorn, too.
geez, I should eat a movie theater full.
Researchers at Rush University in Chicago have tracked 3,300 seniors for 6 years and found that those who ate at least 3 ounces of whole grains a day, such as popcorn, quinoa, that's a Spanish or something.
What's that?
It's some kind of a
Quinoa?
kernel, Quinoa,
Okay.
or cereal, had a smaller decline in cognitive scores than those who barely ate whole grains. Researchers say that they only saw the effect in. Wait a minute. Researchers say they only saw that effect in black participants. The reason is unclear, but 6 out of 10 seniors who took part in the study happen to be African Americans. So, but I'm all for eating more popcorn. If that's what it comes. If that's what you got to do, then that's what you got to do.
It,
Yum, yum.
it doesn't mind. Don't do anything stupid, and don't worry about the rest of the stuff. Enjoy your life.
There you go.
There you go. I
Quality
like
of
that,
life's
Dave.
more
Great
important.
advice.
I mean, okay, don't do anything stupid don't shoot yourself in the foot or something like that. I mean, don't do something you know is going to hurt you. Drinking to excess is not going to preserve you. It's going to push you off the planet a little faster. But there is a point where, everything in moderation. Doggone, these studies drive me nuts. Joe.
I know they do. That's why I bring them up.
Well, no, you're right, though, Dave. Everything in moderation. Like last night, for instance.
Yes.
I get home from my Thanksgiving things.
Yeah.
I put on a little quiet Christmas music in the background, a little country Christmas.
Okay.
And got my couple of fingers of Sambuca, and the Christmas lights are
Would
on.
that be
and
4, Rich?
He said couple, that's 2.
Oh, did I?
fingers.
Okay, did I say double 2? Okay.
2 fingers
But,
of Sambuca.
just kick back and sip
And you
away
sip
and
it,
just
yeah.
watch the Christmas lights and listen to the music and
Perfect.
nice and relaxing.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
what it is. Maybe
Good
I'm
memories.
Maybe I'm starting to calm down a little bit in my old age.
Oh, that couldn't happen.
No, we can't have that.
But if you want to see what I'm really like, come on down on December 5th, like we talked about earlier, right?
I want to see you in your natural element, Rich, in your natural habitat.
Well, I will be there.
That will be great. There was lots of huge spectators yesterday at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I guess because it was real
and
nice weather there.
Including a few that misbehaved.
At the Macy's?
Oh, yeah.
What did they do?
Oh, it was on our news. You didn't catch it.
I know.
Yeah, there were a number of young activists who wanted to misbehave and get themselves arrested.
And
of course,
it worked. Huh?
authorities did comply. They arrested them. They dressed in white jumpsuits, ran into the parade
Oh, they look
while
like
it was going
they
by.
look like they're carrying the balloons. Then.
and glued
No?
and glued their hands to the pavement.
Oh,
so
I've
they
heard of
could-
that.
Yeah.
So people can't get around them.
Right. Well, and then
The floats can't
the
go
float.
by.
They tried to get around them. The
Yeah.
police came out. They took them away. And let's see, what was their message? They wanted world peace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then,
I've
okay.
seen these people. I don't know if it's the same group. Do this at pro basketball games,
Yeah.
and they try to super glue their hands to the court, and so the game can't go on
I see.
while they're there.
Yeah, well,
but I've
that
also
happened
seen some pretty
yesterday.
quick security guards see that about to happen. They go and they tackle them, and they get their hands first, and so they can't be super glued to the to the floor.
You know me. I'm going to say something I shouldn't, but they're
Don't
lucky.
say something you shouldn't.
Say that you
They're
shouldn't,
lucky
Rich.
I wasn't driving one of the floats. It's all I can say.
Well, they don't.
Be moderate, Rich. Be moderate.
They only get up to a certain speed, Rich.
I'll tell you what. If they saw me coming to one of those floats, their hands wouldn't have been glued to that pavement for so long.
All right, we got to take a break. So, Rich, Elaine, thanks for coming in.
Hey, thank you, and come on down on December 5th and meet Joe, Dave, and Melissa, and have yourself a beverage and help us with the Milk Fund.
And we'll talk more about it next Friday when you come in. Then
Absolutely.
Sound good. All right.
We have guests out in the hall.
The band is ready.
I'm going to give up my seat to Rick.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you very much there, Dave. And it's time for a look at the forecast, which is being brought to you by Unbound.org.
Mostly sunny skies today with a high of 45 degrees and a breeze from the northwest. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight lows of 22. Saturday's weather sunny with a high of 38. Sunday, mostly sunny and 47. Sunday night, some rain comes in. That rain will carry over into Monday morning before noontime. Then partial sunshine on Monday with a high of 51. Tuesday, sunny and 40. Wednesday, sunny and 40. And Thursday, mostly sunny and 41.
Currently outside the Navigate Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with sunny skies, we have 43 degrees. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor, an elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change the world, and it will change your own at unbound.org.
When it comes to emergency service for plumbing and heating, you can't beat C.J. Nemus, 37 Corey Street in Woonsocket. C.J. Nemus offers over 15 years of experience and is licensed in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. C.J. Nemus offers complete heating system service, plumbing, water heaters, plus drain and sewer cleaning. Remember that senior citizens receive a 10% discount. So give Charlie a call today at C.J. Nemus, 769-4776. They're registered with the Better Business Bureau. They're a master plumber with quality service. It's the only way and the best way. With C.J. Nemus, call today, 769-4776 for C.J. Nemus. For an Allstate agent, providing protection options that fit your life is something they take, well, personally. Allstate agents are committed to learning about your needs and helping customize protection to meet them. From bundling your home and auto insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage, your Allstate agent can help build an insurance proposal that fits your life. And just as important as learning what you need is learning what you don't. Because helping you get coverage you want with savings you deserve is what Allstate is all about. It's time to get coverage that's catered to you. Are you in good hands? Call Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, two locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. One telephone number, 765-5000. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hi, Romeo Berthiaume here, and as chair of this year's Milk Fund Auction Committee, I'm appealing to the generosity of our listeners once again this year. The Milk Fund Auction depends on your support to achieve success. Won't you consider making a donation such as a small appliance, a gift basket, a small toy, or a gift card to this year's auction? You can help by dropping off your donations here at our 985 Park Avenue studios during normal business hours, Monday through Friday. You can also send your tax-deductible checks made out to Milk Fund Incorporated specifying the words "for auction" on the memo line by mailing them to ON Radio at 985 Park Avenue, Woonsocket, Rhode Island 02895. These cash donations will enable us to purchase the ever-popular gift cards that are always an auction sellout each day. This year's live auction begins on Friday, November 24th.
We're always here for you. ON Radio.
It's Coffee Inn on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. And this portion of Coffee Inn is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
It is Coffee, and thanks for joining us. And it's a Thanksgiving tradition that's turned into here at OHN Radio. On the day after Thanksgiving, we invite whoever decides to show up from the band Ornament to come on in and talk about the show, because they play at the Stadium Theater normally every Friday after Thanksgiving, and this year is no other exception. So without further ado, here is the three members that showed up today. Here is Rick Sylvia.
Morning, Joe.
Good morning to you, Rick. Rick is the drummer. Bassist, Chris Noons.
Good morning, good morning.
And all around tech, I guess. Everybody, you do everything, right, Todd? Todd Custodio.
Light tech.
Someone's got to be
navigator in the truck.
Someone's got to be tech. Someone's got to follow the GPS. So,
Yeah, he's my co-pilot. We call him Todd Quest.
There you go. And so it's your job to unload the truck and load everything up on the stage and then take it all down. I know. I mean, you get help from the guys.
I was going to say, yeah, get help.
You don't do it all on your own, though. So the big question this year, and things have changed for you guys, and you made an announcement a few months ago about your touring schedule. And so I'm hearing different rumors, because I don't know if everyone understands quite what you guys are doing. And people are saying, oh, this is it. They're not coming anymore. And then I hear, no, they're just cutting down. So who wants to take the lead on this? What has changed? And how does it... Everybody. All right, I'll do it. No. 2 out of 3 go to you, Chris. So,
Majority.
You're tell us what's going on in terms of your touring schedule.
This is going to be our final tour. We are finishing it up this year, and it's just felt it was time to put this to bed and to use the sports analogy, go out on top.
All
Don't
right.
want to hang on too long. So. It's been
how many years?
2006. Let's call it.
Okay.
Let's just keep it simple. 2006.
Close to 20 years. Then.
Yeah, close to 20 years, and it's just the business side of it
has changed.
Has done me in. I'm ready to.
You're,
I'm ready to. I'm burnt
Okay.
on the business side. I love the 2.5 hours on stage. I love the rehearsals and everything. Just everything else, it's like done.
Can't Todd take over the business side? I'm kidding, Todd.
He's like, don't do
Yo
that
no
to me.
hablo inglés. That's right. So, but you've already hit some of your other areas that you've gone to in the past. Is it Delaware and Pennsylvania?
We were in Pennsylvania last weekend. We're in New York next weekend. Back to Pennsylvania weekend after that. Sorry, we get next weekend off, and then New York, and then Pennsylvania.
Well,
so
and Virginia.
Oh yeah, and we're going to Virginia for the first time.
First time on your last
and I
time.
literally, I kid you not, Wednesday afternoon, I turned down a show in Florida for next year.
Florida,
I'm
wow.
like, they're like, we should have called you a year earlier. I'm like,
it'll be warm there, Chris.
No.
Where in Florida, by the way? Just curious.
I believe it's Coral Gables area.
Right on the beach.
Yeah.
That's when we need a tour bus, because I have a feeling all the wives and girlfriends
will want to come to that one as well.
Boyfriends would want to go on that one.
How'd they hear about you?
Didn't even ask. I'll be completely honest with you. I didn't even ask. The lady was great. We talked on the phone for a few minutes, and she's like, "Should have called you a year earlier." I'm like, "Yep."
You would have made the trek last year.
Would have considered it for this year, but
all right. So how does that affect? But does it affect shows going forward at Stadium Theater here in Woonsocket and La Salette in Attleboro? No comment? Or, you don't know?
That's the $1 million question.
Okay.
I am open to doing Stadium again next year one more time. If everybody in the band everybody in the band is on board, I'm willing to do one more at Stadium and this entire run at Stadium next year if the band is willing.
And just do one
show. One show, last show.
Okay.
Call it a day. Hang it up.
But I guess the problem would be the other band members that may start to scatter, and they get with other bands, and now we're not available, like that.
It's a conversation to be had.
Okay.
We've kind of broached it, off the record. Would you consider? And so we're working on that. But that's the best answer I can give you on that. I can't give you a definitive yes or no.
All right. So let's let's play prognosticator as you look ahead to the future. What would you do with your time next year? other than hang out with the family.
I guess we'll find out next year. We'll find out next year.
All right.
So.
I mean, you still get still get your full-time job, so that's not ending. They must be pretty happy to hear you're not going to be doing all this touring around. Oh, I need this Friday off and this Friday off and this Friday off.
Actually, I've had a lot of people at the school I teach at. They're like, seriously, you're done?
Oh, really? Done with the show?
They're like, really? Wow. They're like, we didn't think you were gonna
ever end.
So
huh?
So
wow. So tickets are not many. But tickets are still available for the Stadium Theater tonight.
There's a few. There's about 40 or 50 left as of this morning when I checked.
All right. You can go to stadiumtheater.com or you can call 762-4545, probably at 9 o'clock when they open if you're looking for tickets. So we're looking at a really decent-sized crowd.
Yep, pretty close to
Stadium Theater tonight.
Yep.
So this is that's really cool. I'm looking forward to it.
As are we.
Coming to see the show this year. This is fantastic. And you'll be... not to give away not to be the spoiler here, not to give away everything. But are you working with the kids again this year?
We are.
Because I think that's a real highlight of the
it's
show.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
and
a couple numbers with them as always.
Yeah.
And
Todd, does that give you extra work to do, bringing out the different choirs and things like that?
Well, sort of.
Yeah.
depends on where we put the song.
Mm-hmm. But it's always I love the reaction from the crowd when the kids walk out, and the oohs and ahs of when they walk out. It's oh great, and the crowd always loves them.
Yeah, it's always a great time, and the teacher in me is that's one of my favorite parts of the show too. I just love being able to get out there with the kids choir and.
But you only have such a little time to work with them too.
Yeah, I mean they do a great job getting them.
Practice on their own.
Prepped ahead of time. We send them the music and everything, and they put the group together. They rehearse them, and then we get together. We run everything a couple of times, and bang, done.
Since technology is such a wonderful thing, do you ever do like a Zoom meeting as you can just watch them practice to see if they're getting it right?
Nope, don't need to.
Nope,
don't need to.
You have full confidence.
Full confidence.
Here's the music. Here's the sheet music. Here are the words.
Yep.
Get it done.
Go at it. If they got questions, they email me. I email them back, and away we go.
Well, that's great.
So it's a lot of fun.
And it always works out. It always works out great. Yeah. I mean, there were no real mess ups there either. So that's great. So in case anyone hasn't been to an ornament show, they are a Trans-Siberian Orchestra tribute band. How many members in the band this year?
Same crew as last year.
Same crew as last year.
So we got
same size.
Well, same size. Yeah, same size. We got one new singer replaced. One person who's not doing it anymore, but same thing, 4 vocal, 2 guitar, 2 keyboard, bass, violin, drums.
Excellent. All right.
So 11 of us on stage.
It's a full show. Excellent.
All the bells and whistles.
All right. I always ask Rick this year, Animal make it every year?
Oh, yeah. He
if you
makes
look at his drum kit.
A guest appearance every year. He likes to hang around. Literally.
Right in front. So that's great. So you do the whole Trans-Siberian Orchestra show, and you tell the story because you have a narrator.
Yep.
So that's
Still have a narrator.
That's really cool. Tell us what the story's about.
We are doing the Ghost of Christmas Eve again, which is the story of the runaway girl who finds herself in an old abandoned theater on Christmas Eve.
And how she makes it home. All right, and it's a great story, and the music's great, and the crowd really responds to you guys, and so it's always very very exciting. You always hear people say, "Oh, you play off the energy from the audience." Is that true?
Yeah. Definitely, and definitely here most of 99% of the time. I mean, they're engaged before the first note.
Yeah.
I mean, we videotape every year, and it's like you go back and watch it, and it's like the narrator gets through "ladies and gentlemen,"
and it starts,
and the place is going berserk.
Yeah, right from
and
there.
It's like all right, just say it again because he has to stop. It's like just start again, and we just crank from there.
Yeah.
So, but it's always a fun time. Love playing there.
All right. Todd, do you tell these guys when to start the show, or do they tell you, okay, we're going on in 10 seconds or whatever?
I just kind of watch with my hand on the button.
I'm ready to go when you guys are. So okay.
Hold on to the mouse and.
Now, how many people work the back part, behind the scenes with you?
So there is myself. I program and run the light show.
Okay.
We have Mike Santos, our sound guy, aka God of Sound. and he runs the whole sound side of things. We have a photographer who literally runs around and tries to take pictures of them and keeping track of them.
Photo ninja.
Exactly. When we do stadium, we also borrow Owen, their lighting guy, to add on to the lights, add a few extra bells and whistles. Have a couple of people doing spotlights, I believe.
Yeah.
And you have a couple of people behind the screen, on the stage, behind the scenes, helping you out.
Yeah, there's they're all their house guys that are there. They
from the stadium.
They run Dennis and them. They all run the logistics of the show.
Makes it easier for you, right?
Yeah,
having people like that.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So after the Stadium Theater show, what other shows are coming up?
I said we're off next weekend. We didn't have anything with venues that would line up, so we have a weekend off. That'll be our weekend to do Christmas shopping and all of that.
I was going to say Thanksgiving is next weekend for you guys.
Yeah. So actually, the funny part is I ended up with a show at school that I need to text, so I don't actually get the weekend off. But that's okay. That's okay. And then the weekend after that, we are at Tioga Downs in Nichols, New York, and up to Watertown, New York for a fundraiser for the Disabled Persons Action Organization. It's the first time being up there for them. And then the weekend after that, we are trekking down to Virginia for the Tally Ho Theater. And then day after that, up to Altoona, Pennsylvania for the Mishla Theater.
Wow.
Which is always a fun, great show there. I think that one's just about sold out already, too. There was only like 20 tickets left for that one already.
Fantastic.
And then ending at La Salette on December 30th.
It's a busy, a busy couple of months for you guys. All right, we're going to take a break here on the Coffee and program, but more coming your way. Please stick around. This segment of Coffee has been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
By getting vaccinated, washing your hands, staying home when you're sick, and seeking treatment when needed, you can help protect yourself and your community from the flu, COVID-19, and RSV. Visit health.ri.gov/respiratory viruses and talk to your doctor for more information on how to stay healthy this season. Again, visit health.ri.gov/respiratory viruses. A message from the Rhode Island Department of Health and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
Introducing Bowling for Milk. Join your friends and neighbors at Walnut Hill Bowling Lanes on Sunday, December 10th from 2 to 5 p.m. for strikes, spares, and maybe a few gutter balls, but plenty of fun at Bowling for Milk. Just $25 gets you 2 strings of bowling and shoe rental, and the Milk Fund gets half. To add to the fun, we'll have a mini auction for just those in attendance, including an item donated by the New England Patriots. And ON Radio's Cruisin' Bruce Palmer will be on hand to spin the tunes and sign autographs. The Patriots don't play that week, so join us for Bowling for Milk, Sunday afternoon, December 10th from 2 to 5 p.m. at Walnut Hill Bowl on Diamond Hill Road, Woonsocket. It's a party to help the Milk Fund.
ON Radio.
Christmas in New York. The Northern Rhode Island Council of the Arts is hosting a bus trip to New York City on Saturday, December 17th. We'll get you to New York, and the day is yours. See the sights, visit a museum, see a show, whatever you like. The day is yours. Tickets are $90, and the bus will leave from the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center parking lot at 5:30 a.m. For more information or to reserve your seats, email nrica@nrica.org or call Sharon at 401-767-7432.
It is Coffee In here on ONAM and FM. Thanks for joining us. It's the day after Thanksgiving. My name is Joe Callahan. We're joined by members of the band Ornament, Chris News, Rick Sylvia, Todd Custodio. So what has been the reaction, and anyone can take this question, when you now you've been on the road for a number of years. You've been down in different states so far. And what has been the reaction of the crowd when you say, hey, this is it. We're not coming back next year. And is it like stunned silence, or is it what happens?
Stunned silence with a few random, please come back next year.
They haven't thrown anything at us.
Well,
that's a start.
That
That's
part's
a plus.
okay. That's good.
No, they've been, a lot of please come back.
Well, sure.
Which,
well, you're always going to have that.
We appreciate.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
A lot of, no, Santa ain't so, kind of thing.
It's time.
And so it must change. I mean, you can't say, well, see you next year. You're going to change the. So now it just comes out to, well, goodbye.
Thank you for everything.
Thanks for. All right. Okay.
We appreciate it. Thank you for everything.
It must be just now, how do you guys react to it? Is it just is it emotional? Is it or you're just taking it in stride?
I think
I'll let you go
I
first.
think it'll hit us. I mean, like to hear people in the crowd and like after the show last weekend in Pennsylvania, we did like a meet and greet in the lobby of the theater, and folks coming, again, please come back.
Right.
I mean, and it hits you, of course it does, and and it feels great that they want you back. 'Cause,
Sure.
I mean, they could say,
"Hey, glad you're going."
Yeah. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
You promise this is the last time?
Yeah. So
that's what you said last year.
Yeah. And here you are again. So I mean, it feels good, but to say that it's fully hit, I at some point it'll hit.
Oh, it'll hit.
Whether it'll be the last show at La Salette when
Yeah.
we start wrapping things up for the last time, or we take that last bow for the last time,
Yeah.
or
Right.
as of right now, the last time.
Yep.
So it'll hit us at some point, I'm sure. And it has. I mean, we've all chatted about how we are going to miss this.
Mhm.
It's been like a family since 2006.
20 years. Yeah.
With all the good and bad that comes with a family. Anyone who spent Thanksgiving with their family knows exactly what that means. But I'm sure it'll hit us at some point. Like really hit us. Like this is it.
It's really the finale. What do you same thoughts there, Chris?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely there's a whole gamut of emotions that go with it. I mean, this has been, our baby, my baby, whatever term you want to use.
Yeah.
From the get go, and it's I'm not quite exactly sure how to put it, because I don't know exactly how I do feel about it yet. I know it's time, and I'm
it's the right decision.
I know it's the right decision. I'm coming to peace with it.
Okay.
It's the 2 hours on stage. I question it, but
yeah,
I know
that's the fun.
Right. Exactly. And that's exactly what it is. It's just I also know that at this point, to turn it over to just an agent or a production company or whatever, we've all worked too hard to build this to what it is, and to just hand it over to somebody else and just worry about I can't do it.
Yeah. All right.
I'm a little too possessive of it.
Now, Todd, you've done both. You've been on stage, you've performed with the band, you've sang, and then you've done the whole behind the scenes. So is it different for you that it's all coming to an end? Do you feel different emotions than these guys?
It's about the same. The only thing I will say is it's probably going to start hitting that weekend we go down to Virginia and Pennsylvania, that last trip away.
Okay.
I think that's where it's going to really start hitting. Mm-hmm. We're going to have that show down someplace, the last new place, and then the last at Mishler, which is this beautiful 100-year-old theater down in Altoona. And, just the thoughts of going, okay, well, this is it. This no more driving around, no more cramping backs. And
yeah, the 8 hours in the Penske changes that feeling after a while, though. That changes that part. You're like, I'm not going to miss.
How many people can fit in the Penske truck, first of all?
Me and Todd.
That's it. And so everyone else is in cars?
Everybody else
is following along?
Yep.
Okay. So what do you do then now after it's over? You've got all this equipment. Now, I'm not talking about your instruments. Those are yours. But what about the scaffolding and the lights and the fog machines and whatever else you may have? Who keeps that, or what do you do with it? The toys. Do you try to sell it, or what do you do? You haven't decided yet.
I haven't totally decided yet. I'm gonna definitely keep some of it, because I mean I have whether it's productions at school that I need a little extra lighting for that I already have, I can keep, or I mean, we just did a couple of the guys in the band are, have their new metal project called Kingdom of Tyrants, and we just did they did their big album release party this summer, and we put up the full ornament production for them for that show. So it's good. I'll definitely be keeping some of it. That way, if anybody wants to rent it or whatever, I can recoup a little bit of some of the money that's been spent on it. So
well, he asked earlier, what are you going to do with our free time? There you go. Going to start a lighting production company instead.
I should mention, in case sometimes I just make assumptions. People already know who you guys are, because I do. But Rick is a college professor of pharmacy in Boston.
Correct.
And Chris, you're a school teacher in Westport, Massachusetts, at middle school level,
yep,
right?
Middle school band director.
Todd, I can't remember what you do full time.
I am
wait a minute. Are you with Regis?
Not anymore, because Regis got bought out.
Oh, okay. But the same.
Yes.
Kind of business.
It's called Washington Inventory Service, or WIS. That's what we call it. I'm a supervisor for them, going to CVS's and Walgreens and everywhere and counting everything.
Counting everything. So, you do the inventory. All right. So I keep, because Chris mentions and talk about school productions, people might be listening, what school? What is he, what's he talking about? So it's all down in Westport, Massachusetts, and you still make the trek into Boston every day. You take the tea.
Day. Yep.
Oh, good for you.
Every day.
Have you run into problems? Because we get nothing but stories every other day of this has happened on the tee and that's happened on the tee, and they want $24 million or $1 billion to fix what's on the tee.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a monthly pass, and half the time I ride the commuter rail in from Attleboro, and I never have to show anyone a pass. Then they say...
Makes you wonder why you're paying for it.
Yeah, but then I love is they say, well, we're losing money, so we need to go up on fares. And I'm like, wait a minute, I paid my fare a month in advance. But my pass keeps going, don't get me going on that. And mysteriously, it's always on a Friday afternoon when you're commuting home that there are problems with the train, and it's... They've already started with switch problems that they're freezing.
Is that the new one?
Yeah, the switches are freezing.
It's
I'm
too
like,
cold.
It's too cold. I'm like, did you buy switches from Miami, Florida or something? Were they on sale? I mean, you do know you're in New England, right?
What's going to happen in February?
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. We had to laugh at the story that the rails on the Green Line were too narrow. And someone bought the wrong rails. Are you kidding? Well, they were on sale at Walmart. They were really cheap. we got a good deal on those.
We get a discount on them. Bought them in bulk, so we get a discount.
If you remember the old Kmart blue light special, that's where they got those.
But you love it, right, Rick?
I do. I do. You know, and the job that I have, I'm actually not at the school very much. I'm actually based out of a community health center in Dorchester, Codman Square Health Center. I actually see patients. Okay. My specialty area is psychiatry, so I see patients with mental illness and work with them and help them with their illnesses. So, it's not. I'm not just in a classroom all day. It's nice knowing that a majority of the time I'm hopefully that's the plan, that I'm helping people.
Well, that's good. That's important. All right, the show is tonight, 8:00 tonight.
8:00
at the Stadium Theater. Tickets are still available. There are a few left, maybe 10 or 20
not many.
Left over there. So give the Stadium Theater a call, 762-4545. They open up at 9 o'clock. Go to stadiumtheater.com as well, and you can see where the tickets are that are still available. And there's a lot of just single seats too. I've noticed that. So hey, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. So we're looking forward to the show tonight. Should be a great time. I hope I don't cry. Boy, that'll be embarrassing.
I plead ignorance.
Well, it could happen.
What do you always say? No hablo?
Yeah, no hablo, yeah. We won't go into that story about how three-quarters of the band was ready to kill Chris at the last show because of something that he did that almost got us all
going, huh?
Yeah. We don't want to spoil the surprise in the show.
No hablo.
No, right.
Yeah, we'll just say no hablo.
Well, I look forward to see whatever happens. So it's been a great time. I was always glad that you guys could make it in here over the last
appreciate you having us.
10 years. I guess that you guys have come in. Sometimes you brought instruments. Sometimes it was packed in here with instruments and singers. And I understand the singers. Oh, it's the morning. My voice, kind of thing. And I get it. I understand it. But they want to have the good show tonight. But ever since I met you guys, well over 10 years ago. I said, gee, hey, they come to the stadium. We can get them on the radio. This would be great. You've been doing it every year since, so I don't know what I'm going to do next year. I said, this was the perfect after Thanksgiving show, and it worked out perfect. And now I'm going to have to do more work.
Yeah, you're going to have to figure something out.
Come up with something else.
You might have to go Black Friday shopping when you get out of here.
I don't want to do that.
I don't blame you.
Nah, I'll stay away from that. So 8 o'clock tonight. There is no opening act. The show starts at 8. There is still intermission halfway through.
Quick little intermission.
So rest up and hit the bathroom and then come on back for the final part of the show. You guys always love playing the Stadium Theater. It was always your basically your home away from home. Yeah. Even though you guys are more or less out of southeastern Massachusetts,
close enough.
But made the stadium your home, and I'm sure they were thrilled at the stadium to have you guys come back year after year. So thank you very much for doing this all these years. It's been it's been a lot of fun, and I was always worried when because I booked these guys at a local high school years and years ago, and I said, boy, I hope they're good.
We say the same thing.
It never came into my mind after the whole thing was booked. What if they're lousy? What do I do then? So I was like, well, that never worked out because you were great, and as always been told by the standing ovation that you get at the end of the show. So great job as always, and it's always nice to see people with talent because I just always wanted to have musical talent and never had it. My favorite Charles Emerson Winchester quote from MASH, he said, I can play the notes, but I can't make music. And it's like, oh, that is so true. All right, so Todd Custodio, thanks for coming in. Thanks for being part of the band.
Thank you very much.
Have fun tonight. Chris, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure as always.
And Rick, always a blast seeing you as well.
Thank you, Joe.
Have a great time tonight. We look forward to seeing you tonight at the Stadium Theater.
You got it. See you there.
Coffee has come to an end for the day. Have yourself a great week. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do your remembers at 9:30 today on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. Runners took time out from their Thanksgiving holiday to run for charity yesterday down in Pawtucket. The Rhode Island Family Turkey Trot 5K and Youth Fun Run took place yesterday morning, and officials were pleased with the large turnout. The race began and ended at Pawtucket City Hall and offered a flat course through the city and part of Central Falls. This year's race supported the Pawtucket Soup Kitchen through cash and non-perishable donations.